And the winner of that pitch, according to your votes, was Lily and Amelina. So Lily and Amelina, are you here? Come on up, because very shortly you're going to be wowing us with your presentation. But in the meantime, we have a little something. Please come on up. I'm standing behind the podium because I don't have a mic on, so apologies for that. But we have a certificate and a prize which we'd like to present you with. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. I'll put it on the podium for you. Congratulations. Really super. Please, just read the first prize and the certificate. I think he's on the podium for you once you get on with it. Okay?
All right, thank you.
So, guys, the stars of the show. Lily and Amelina, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for giving us another chance today. As promised yesterday, today we will bring you through the bestie approach on how you can leverage on your peer support system, the whats, the whys, and the hows. So we hope by the end of this session, it would help spark some ideas for you to use in your future studies.
Yeah, we live in this day and age where social media became our digital journal. We turn to Facebook, Instagram, and every other social media to express our feelings. Just like how we used to write diary in a book, just that with this, we welcome everybody to read. I had a friend who was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago. It was a really challenging and difficult time for her, but instead of just sitting at home and sulking about it, she turned to Instagram. She made Instagram her life journal. She captured her journey in fighting against cancer. Yes, in social media, there are a lot of rants, but it's more than that. People are expressing their deepest, darkest fear, anger, or even secrets, which may be very personal to them. But in a Q&A setting, they do not fully open up to us, the moderators. So we observe that sometimes it's not that respondent doesn't want to open up to us, or they tend to keep secrets away from us, but instead they doubt what to share or what not to share, thinking whether they would be judged. But it is really those personal stories that we want as moderators. However, it's difficult to reach that kind of depth in a controlled environment, especially the emotional bits, which are always hardest to uncover. So what we get are linear, superficial responses. For example, we did this beauty study with Muslim females to understand why is beauty important to them. It was challenging for us to get to the underlying reasons, which often ties back to their intimate stories. For example, she said, some of them actually share with us their emotional sides, but only a few that tell us, you know, my husband cheated on me, that's why I want to feel beautiful. So, also in an Asian culture, we are very reserved when sharing about our thoughts. So how can we overcome these barriers?
Through your best friend. This is the first person you call when you've just had a breakup, or when your loved one proposed to you. These are the people who brave through life with you. They immerse themselves in each of your important milestones. Why your best friend? Well, because you are connected through a common human truth. It feels like there's no invisible walls when you're talking to each other. You listen to each other's stories. Even the most difficult topics to talk about becomes easier to share. We've conducted various studies across different industries and categories, and what we noticed from some of our respondents is they have such a close relationship with their friends as opposed to their family, in the sense that they say, my best friend would know my deepest, darkest secret, compared to my mom or my dad. So this approach works by learning about you from the perspective of your friends. Instead of having you describe about yourself, your friends would be the one telling the personal stories. It's also easier for them to share about you because they're talking from a second-person point of view. So, if your friend is storytelling about you, then what is your role? Well, you will be empowered as the professional moderator with an objective and topic in mind. Just think of this like a covert operation, with you being our operative agent completing missions. The best part is you won't have the researcher interfering the session during that time. Well, it's really going about your day-to-day routine. Conduct the session at your usual hangout spot. Do it with familiar faces. Take selfies, record videos on Insta Story or Snapchat as a way to capture the session. It's anyways what we normally do. So this approach we feel is suitable from various categories, from beverage, lifestyle to even luxury goods. But we especially feel that it's relevant for sensitive and intimate topics like maybe miscarriage, health-related topics such as depression, or maybe social stigma studies like divorce or hair loss. A potential challenge that we see is maybe capturing engaging and spontaneous reactions from the more matured age group, as it might not be a norm for them to be taking digital stories. Regardless, we should not limit our age group. So we should just make sure that we tap into the right platform.
So let me just take you to 3 key takeouts from this approach. So first of all, learning rich insights. And surprisingly, you might even discover something new that you yourself might not know of from the lens of your best friend. Second, we will let you take charge of your own discussion. So when people are given power, they feel like they are important, and it boosts their self-esteem. So you are more willing to do it, you will do it, and you will do it better, hence delivering sharper and more quality insights for us. Lastly, it's rather flexible, where you can do it anytime, anywhere, within a set time frame. So you are free to conduct at any hour, any location, as long as you are comfortable. So just like another hangout with your friends, at the cafe, at the pub, or even like the bar beside the swimming pool.
So it's really just about simply looking from a slightly different perspective in order for you to get to the deeper human truth. And in this case, it's about leveraging on your friend's perspective. That's all from us today. Thank you.